This title might make you uncomfortable. "You are poor because you are lazy" is a sentence that can make people angry right away. Because on the surface it sounds harsh, judgmental, and overly simplistic. But if you pause for a moment, maybe what makes it so uncomfortable is not that it is completely wrong, but that it touches the part we always try to avoid. Not everyone is poor because they are lazy. Life is unfair. People have different starting points and different circumstances. But we also have to admit something. Many people stay stuck not because they never had a chance, but because they spend too long living in procrastination, complaining, comfort, and lack of discipline. This video is not here to insult anyone. It is here to ask a very real question. If your life is not changing, could part of the reason be hidden inside your daily habits? Being poor is not only about lack of money, but lack of value creation. Many people think being poor simply means having little money. But in truth, it also means not having enough ability to create greater value in your life. When someone refuses to learn more, refuses to change, refuses to upgrade their mindset and skills, they are not only keeping the same income, they are keeping the same limits. Money usually does not flow toward daydreaming. It flows toward value, skill, and solutions to real problems. And that is exactly where many people stay stuck. They want a better life, but they do not want to become the kind of person who can create that life. They love the outcome, but hide from the process. So the issue is not only poverty of money, it is also poverty of initiative, poverty of growth mindset, and poverty of the courage needed to keep going. Habit 1. Loving comfort more than growth. One reason many people never improve their lives is because they are addicted to comfort. They would rather sleep a little longer than wake up early to learn something new. They would rather scroll on their phone than do difficult work. They would rather spend money for instant pleasure than invest in their future. The issue is not rest or enjoyment. The issue is choosing comfort so often that you lose the strength to rise. Success does not hate you. It just does not live in the same place as softness and excuses. You cannot want a different life while choosing the easiest option every day. A healthier body, more money, better skills, a stronger future. All of it requires trading temporary comfort for long-term progress. If you always run toward what feels easiest, your life may feel easy at first, but very hard later. Habit 2. Always having an excuse. Unsuccessful people usually do not lack reasons. They lack action. Today, they are tired, so they wait until tomorrow. Tomorrow, they are busy, so maybe next week. They do not have money yet, so they have not started learning. They do not have connections, so they wait to begin. They do not feel motivated, so they keep delaying. They always have a reasonable explanation for why they are still stuck. And that is the trap, because an excuse gives you temporary comfort. But the cost is that your life stays exactly the same. Life does not reward people who explain well. It rewards people who get things done. Yes, everyone has real struggles. But between the person who struggles and still acts, and the person who struggles and stops, the future will look completely different. People do not stay poor because of one hard day. They stay poor because they turn every obstacle into an excuse. Habit 3. Wanting money without wanting discipline. Everyone likes money. Everyone wants more comfort, more freedom, more options, less pressure. But very few people truly want to live like the kind of person who can create money and keep it for the long term. They want a higher income, but their sleep is chaotic. They want better opportunities, but they work carelessly. They want to change their life, but they cannot tolerate the boring repetition of discipline. The truth is, long-term wealth does not come from short-term luck. It comes from becoming reliable, skilled, and consistent even when no one is watching. Discipline is not glamorous. It is quiet. But it decides whether you only dream about a better life or actually build one. People who stay poor because of laziness often do not lack ambition. They simply do not stay willing to pay the price long enough. Laziness is not always doing nothing. Sometimes it is useless busyness. There is one dangerous form of laziness, looking busy while going nowhere. You feel like you are doing things all day, but most of them are small, easy, and meaningless. You reply to messages, scroll online, watch videos, talk about ideas, plan endlessly, but never do the most important work. That is not productivity. That is useless busyness. This kind of laziness is dangerous because it creates the illusion that you are trying, which makes it harder to wake up. People who truly move forward do not necessarily do more things. They do the right things longer. They know what creates value and focus on it. If you want to become less poor, stop asking how busy you were. Ask yourself, what did I do today that actually pulled my life upward? If the answer is vague, you are busy but still stuck. You do not need to be the smartest, but you must not quit easily. Many people are not poor because they are unintelligent. They are poor because they quit too soon. They try a little, then stop. Learn a little, then rest. Work for a while without seeing results, then return to old habits. Meanwhile, most real results in life arrive much slower than people want. Skill takes time. A career takes time. Reputation takes time. Money also takes time when you stay on the right path long enough. If you always need quick results to prove that you're going the right way, you will quit just before things begin to grow. The people who go far are not always the most talented. Very often, they are simply the people who can handle slow, boring, difficult progress without giving up. That is what lazy people rarely endure. People do not escape poverty with dreams alone. Dreams are beautiful, but they do not pay bills. Motivation matters, but it cannot replace habits. If you want to escape poverty, you cannot just want more. You have to act differently every day. Study when others rest. Save when others spend emotionally. Work carefully when others rush. Stay longer when others quit early. Not everyone who works hard becomes rich because life has many factors. But almost no one becomes sustainably successful while living lazily, carelessly, and without discipline. That is just the truth. So if the sentence "you are poor because you are lazy" makes you uncomfortable, do not rush to argue. Ask yourself, how much of your current life comes from the easy choices you repeat every day? If you want to change your money, change your habits. Money does not only reflect what you do, it reflects who you are every day. Someone disciplined, always learning, working with care, and taking responsibility has a higher chance of creating more value over time. Someone careless, procrastinating, spending without thought, and blaming more than fixing will struggle to keep opportunities even if they arrive. That is why if you want to change your standard of living, you first have to change your habits of living. Wake up differently, spend differently, learn differently, work differently, take responsibility differently. No one changes their life because of one emotional day. People change their lives because of small changes repeated every day until they become someone new. If your life still does not look the way you want, stop asking only "why hasn't money arrived?" Ask instead, have I truly changed? Escaping poverty begins when you stop living carelessly. No one says you must become rich, but if you want a better life, more freedom, less pressure, then you have to stop living in a way that keeps pulling you down. Maybe you are not poor entirely because of laziness. But if laziness is part of your daily habits, it is definitely making you poorer, slower, and weaker. This video is not here to make you ashamed. It is here to wake you up, to remind you that things can still change if from today on, you begin taking yourself seriously. If this video touched the part of you that you always avoid, keep that feeling. And if you need a place that reminds you not to return to your old careless self, stay with this channel. Because here we do not only talk about motivation, we learn how to truly change. If you enjoyed this, please click the subscribe button below. I'd really appreciate a like and a subscription to support the channel and help you catch even more great videos in the future. Thank you so much.